from Don Shea Boxing Nation.
Hard-earned money on Showtime pay-per-view to see you guys fight. Caleb, what can you guarantee these people they're going to get on November 6th?
Run and run and run and run. Run and run and run and run.
And still undefeated.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, ever since Canelo Alvarez started speaking English in public, his true personality has come out, which is a huge mistake because when he was just speaking Spanish, he was kind of able to hide his identity a little bit. But now that he's speaking English, he's making one of the most common mistakes that a lot of fighters make today, and that is repeating their fans' talking points on the internet. I'm talking about the ignorant talking points. See, what fighters don't understand is those people that post these comments on the internet, or even maybe someone you know, maybe a fan that you know, or someone in the gym, these guys, when they say it, they know that they're not going to be held accountable. Especially the internet fans. They can hide on the internet, they can troll. It doesn't matter how many times they contradict themselves. It doesn't matter how biased or how racist they are. They're hiding behind a keyboard. But when Canelo Alvarez himself repeats their talking points, guess what? Everything that Canelo Alvarez has said in the past has been documented. Everything that he has done on camera when it comes to fighting has been recorded. This is why I always tell you guys, the most dangerous weapon in the world is what? A microphone and a camera. So if someone like Canelo Alvarez tries to repeat the talking points that his fans are making, all it's going to do is make Canelo Alvarez look like a complete hypocrite. Case in point, Exhibit A. We know that when it comes to Canelo Alvarez fans, they're always accusing fighters that are black, they're always accusing them of running, right? I mean, how many times have you seen Canelo fans say things like, oh man, I don't like Haney, I don't like Floyd Mayweather because they run, etc., right? And then Canelo Alvarez, he makes the mistake of also accusing other fighters of running, as if running is something you're not supposed to do. So Canelo fans, let me ask you this, since this has nothing to do with race and all these other things. If I show you clips of Canelo Alvarez, quote unquote, running, that means you guys are going to say the exact same things that you said about black fighters when they were moving in the ring, right? Let's see if that happens in the comment section. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a treat today. I'm going to play a side-by-side clip of Floyd Mayweather, the first round against Manny Pacquiao, and Canelo Alvarez, the first round of Gennady Golovkin. Soon as the bell rings, side by side. By your definition, tell me which one is the one that is running. Check it out. First bell rings. Both fighters come out to meet their opponents. Look at where Floyd Mayweather's at. Look at where Canelo Alvarez is at. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to how long it took Canelo to throw his first power shot. At this point, Floyd Mayweather, out of all four fighters, was the first boxer to engage and instigate a fight by throwing a hard right hand and landing it. So just pay attention. So far, Canelo still hasn't thrown one punch yet. All he's doing is moving.
Run and run and run and run.
All right, so we're already going into 40 seconds into the fight. And that was the first little baby jab that Canelo Alvarez threw right there. He still hasn't threw a power punch. He's still, quote unquote, running, right? There it is. Canelo's first power attack. But look what he does. He gets back to moving. And look at where Floyd Mayweather is. He's in the center of the ring. So I hope you guys were paying attention to Floyd Mayweather's screen all this time.
When Jim Corbett, the man who took the heavyweight title from John L. Sullivan, had displayed some of the same defensive skills as Jack Johnson did, sports writers praised him as the cleverest man in boxing, Gentleman Jim. But when Johnson fought that way, he was said to be lazy, shiftless, showing the yellow streak which all African Americans were supposed to share.
With black boxers, every trait that was a positive trait, they tried to turn it into a negative trait. If a black boxer was tough and could withstand punishment, well, he could withstand punishment because his skull was thicker, because he was insensitive to pain. That it really was a sign of some larger inferiority. If he was a smart boxer, a wily boxer, then he was slightly deceptive. There was something untrustworthy about his activity in the ring.
So guys, this was the first Canelo versus Golovkin fight, where you can see Canelo did a lot of moving. He did a lot of holding in this fight. And the reason why he fought aggressive in the rematch is because he lost trying to move away in the first fight. He was unsuccessful with his style, so he had no choice but to fight aggressive in the second fight. The question is, why did he fight like this in the first place against Gennady Golovkin? You know why, guys? Because prior to this fight, Canelo was used to fighting guys 20 to 30 pounds smaller than him. Miguel Cotto and Amir Khan both said Canelo Alvarez rehydrated all the way up to about 180 plus. Canelo Alvarez was 15 to 20 pounds heavier than Floyd Mayweather the night of the fight. And he was never really going up against big power punchers. This was the first time he fought against a power puncher, an undefeated power puncher, and this is the way he decided to fight. By way of contrast, go back and watch Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo and look at how Floyd Mayweather dealt with fighting a power puncher, a guy that was way bigger than him, way younger than him. Floyd was backing Canelo up at points in that fight. This is the point that I'm making at the end of the day. There's nothing wrong with the way Canelo Alvarez fought against Gennady Golovkin. The problem is you become a huge hypocrite when you're accusing someone of running. And maybe Canelo Alvarez did it because he forgot that cameras exist and everything he's done in the ring has been recorded. Now, guys, I just gave you a small taste. I have tons of clips of Canelo moving against other opponents, him clinching constantly, depending on the style of the opponent, because that's really what this comes down to. It's all about adjusting to your opponent. Matter of fact, when Canelo was about to fight a faded Alfredo Angulo, I made videos about this. Canelo constantly talked about how he's going to have to box in this fight. He's going to have to use his feet and move in this fight, simply because he was fighting against a very strong, aggressive Alfredo Angulo. So the respect he had for a faded Alfredo Angulo, it gives you a little idea of the respect he would have for a very aggressive, strong, naturally big David Benavidez at 168. Which is why becoming undisputed means absolutely nothing if you're not fighting against the best lineal champion in the division. I shouldn't even say the best lineal champion, the best champion in the division. Because David Benavidez is the lineal champion. There's actually more for Canelo-Plant to win in this situation because, once again, Canelo Alvarez is pound for pound the best fighter in the world against European and white fighters. So when it comes to Canelo-Plant, this will be a huge win for him, obviously because he's the underdog. Canelo-Plant, he cherry-picked this opponent, assuming it to be another easy white guy because those are the only guys that he fights are white fighters, right? He cherry-picked this opponent. And for you fans trying to say, oh no, he's fighting him because he wants to be undisputed. If that's the case, how come Canelo Alvarez didn't become undisputed at 154, where both of the Charlo brothers were champions and Andre was the champion? How come he didn't try to become undisputed at 160, where Andre once again was the champion and Jamal Charlo was the champion? Canelo Alvarez knows what time it is. Hell, he knew since day one. Since he lost to an old, small Floyd Mayweather, he knew what time it was. Man, when Canelo Alvarez was talking about that running at the press conference, man, Canelo-Plant could have easily clapped back and said, oh, you mean just like you ran against Gennady Golovkin? I'm telling you, man, you got to be careful when you got a microphone in your face. You got to be careful. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Tony Flow Knight. Hey, make sure y'all go download the new album at www.shelltown5records.com. That's www.shelltown5records.com. Flames is all we got.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big day. SMPs at Scout Carolinas. I need a real restoration. This is my makeover right here. So,
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.